So, Maggie, happy Sunday, dear.
Hi, happy Sunday, Robin.
Thanks. Yeah, it's good to see you. It's been a week. No, it's been 2 weeks.
It's a fortnight, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
is
been
that
a
what
fortnight.
is that what 2 weeks is? A fortnight?
Yeah,
I used to know that way back when I knew stuff. But boy, it's I like I said before, this could be an anything could happen day show. We'll see what pops up. But
yeah, that's fine.
yeah, I'm really looking forward to having Kelly on with us. She's I don't know if you saw her last show, but you know, Kelly's really, really sort of a scholar of ancient religions, old religions, obscure religions. And the last one she mentioned on her last show, I want to talk to her a little bit about that. And
Yeah, that'd be really interesting. I've watched a few of the shows, but like I say, just lately, I haven't been on YouTube much at all. I just get what comes, if you like.
yeah, and I watch, if I don't catch a show live, I'm a real
Yeah,
slug about going back and watching the leftovers, I call them. Um,
yeah,
you know, because watching it live is half the fun, because of the chat. So it's rare that I go back and watch something, but I have with Kelly. Well, I have with a few people, not often. Boy, I have so many shows bookmarked. I'll never get to them. But
I know. It's terrible,
yeah,
really.
yeah.
I do
Oh,
love them all that I watch.
what?
I do love them all that I watch.
Oh, yeah. Me too. Me too. That Kristen Frost Laser Beams is in the chat. Hi, Kristen.
Hi.
Good to see you, dear. So that makes four people that are with us.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So, I was going to do a health update here
Yeah,
at the beginning before Kelly came on, and then I thought, nah, how boring. But then maybe this is still another public service thing. Okay, I had a second heart attack.
oh,
Um,
okay.
3 weeks after the first. It wasn't as severe, but it was shortness of breath. It didn't hurt. No, no, not a bit of pain, but I couldn't get any air. So, I went slumping back to the ER, and they took me right in. And I had an angiogram, and it's really funny. I had said before that there are these different sorts of heart attacks.
Yeah,
You've got your widow makers. You've got the one where the heart just shuts down because of all the cholesterol buildup and things. And then there's a heart attack caused by anxiety and panic disorder. It was a new one on me. It can cause a real heart attack, and it sends out those heart enzymes into your bloodstream. Um, Blood pressure and heart rate going off the charts. It's a real thing. I never knew that. So, and you don't feel it happening. You're functional, and you go about your day. You get things done, and you carry on with your routine, and then boom, in the middle of the night, you get this, and it. I never even knew I was anxious or stressed or panicked. I never knew it until my body said, pay
yeah,
attention to this, dumbass.
yeah,
Um, so, excuse me, because I'm dealing with some things that are challenging right now in my real life. And so now I'm on something to control panic and anxiety, because I'm too old to do this to myself. So anyway, there's the update, y'all. I'm
You
not going to have
little
no. I have no.
swine.
I'm sorry. What?
You little swine. You didn't tell me you had another heart attack. You just told me about the angiogram.
Yeah. Well, I had the angiogram because they took me into the hospital, and the first time I was in the hospital, I turned it down because an angiogram's just scared the poop out of me. Because I've heard awful things that can go wrong. So I said, no, I'll pass. I'll schedule it some other time. So I wanted to go home and research it. And I took an Uber home out of the hospital. I I discharged myself and took an Uber. Well, that was like the talk of the cardiac ward when I came back. Oh, you're the lady who checked herself out and took the Uber before your angiogram. And I said, yeah. So I said, well, I'm back here to do the angiogram. So they did it. And it turns out that my body is like an out of shape 40-year-old inside, with, my blood pressure when I'm not panicked is good. No, low cholesterol. The angiogram said my heart was clear. So there you have it. It's almost like, it's a pretend heart attack. No, it was really real. So yeah, Maggie, I didn't tell you. I didn't, because I was kind of embarrassed that it happened again.
It's not, you silly bat.
Yeah, but so anyway, yeah. So now, I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing in regard to like diet and stuff. I don't eat much fried stuff anymore, and
Yeah.
I've given up a whole lot of sugar, and that kind of stuff. So anyway, you oldies out there, pay attention to your body and to your stress level. And if your heart does thump a kind of funny way once in a while, pay attention to that. So
Yeah.
So okay, so I am going to go over. I told Kelly about 9:30. She might not be finished doing her makeup. I told her about 9:30. It's only like 9:07, and I'm done with my spiel because I said, okay, I might want to do a health update, and so I'll bring you on at 9:30. Well, I'm done. That was quick.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's serious. But if people are out there listening, it's worth taking note about.
Truly.
It is. I mean, it was only a fortnight ago I told you about my son going in.
Yeah, I know. And it's
a panic attack.
It pays to be careful, because and you know what, that panic and raising your blood pressure and your heart rate, that can do as much damage as, a poor diet and being 500 pounds. It's, boy, pay attention. You can be just as healthy as a horse, but if you have something going on that you're wrestling with, especially if you've always been the brick in the room, if you've always been the one that takes care of things, sometimes the caretaker needs care. And boy, do we ignore that. So, y'all, all of you really, altruistic, kind, good people out there, if you're stretching yourself too thin, stop. Pay attention, because you're important out there. You're the caregiver, so.
It's true. It's so true. You forget.
Yeah. So I'm going to go over and invite Kelly. There she is. I'm sending her the link. I don't see that she's on. Oh, she doesn't have the little green dot next to her name. She's not on Facebook. Oh, well,
maybe you couldn't make it. I mean, I don't know what time they are there.
Okay, so can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I started to echo there for a second because I hit the wrong tab. So Kristen Frost Laserby says, I'm the brick. People throw me through the window and break it and scatter.
Yeah.
That's too funny. Okay. Nadia is in the chat, Nadia, and she says, don't go rogue and Uber out of the cardiac unit. That's good advice too.
You tell her, Nadia.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, right. Also gets tripped over and left in the driveway. Yeah, but you also hold down the edges of tents on the camping trip in a high wind, K-Ride.
Yes, I can't say, oh, I'm just looking now. Yeah, that's about me. I would put 50 banners up for Darren outside a couple of years ago. And I
What?
tripped up a step and tore all the ligaments in my foot.
Ah,
But the best bit was I'd sprinkled all sparkles from the front door to his chair, 50 years old. He had to hoover it all up. My leg was done in.
oh, that's so funny. Glitter.
Glitter. Well, he said I never did anything for his birthday, so I did.
And did it up right. You know, people pay thousands for party planning like that.
Oh yeah, I could do it all by myself.
Yeah, and keep all the money for you. That's funny. Oh man. So one thing while we're waiting for Kelly, I'll bet she's okay. It's 9:12. I'll bet she's in there doing the last of her mascara.
Yeah.
I want to talk to her about that too, because people have asked her about doing like a makeup demo, because on so many of her past shows, not so much anymore because sometimes she comes on after getting off work,
Yeah.
but or on the weekend. But anyway, her makeup is just, she
Yeah, she's
does.
really good. I
Yeah,
mean, useless. That's why mine goes out before I use it.
oh yeah, and expires and
Mm.
yeah, oxidizes and stuff. But I hope to talk to her about that. And also, okay, I'm just giving the whole damn thing away before she even comes on. Um, she's a woman on YouTube, and anybody else I think who we might have on, I'd like to talk to them about how they handle their trolls and
Yes.
and their stalky people, because we all have them. God, I even have Reemsy even has them. He hasn't really shared any details, but Reemsy says that he even has people who say not nice things just because they can, and they're anonymous, and
It's lovely though.
he's very lovely, and so and I know Kelly must have, and then who else? I know Veronica May that has, and people just come in and because they think you're vulnerable and a woman that they can slap all over you.
They say I don't understand their logic, why they do that to people, and it's all started since their lives. I mean, you used to get horrible comments and that you can just swipe, but when it's live,
Yeah, and that's why there are moderators in your chats, to kind of be to watch for that. But boy, it's obviously some really unhappy people. They're they don't laugh a lot in their lives. Maybe that's the only thing I can really think of to kind of pin it down. Yeah, they're grumpy.
I mean, I only learned out about soccer card in the last 3 months.
Oh yeah, sock accounts. There are people who
I had no idea.
Yeah, there are people who have many, and they switch around and comment under each sock account.
Who's got the time? I can't even type in anybody's chat. I just go and watch.
Oh, I know. It's hard for me too. I can't multitask, typing in the chat and then paying attention to, and, just about forget it if I'm talking, but yeah. So anyway, there's a whole psychology there. People are very bold, and they wouldn't say it to you sitting next to them in a taxi, that kind of.
Oh yeah.
That they feel very powerful in trying to make people feel badly or insulting them or taking them down a peg or two. I'll just. But I have them. I have a current one.
I probably got a few, but I just don't care.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Part of my reality. This you are part of my reality, if you like, because this is a breakaway from real life. But there's a hell of a lot going on in the background, trust me. This is my getaway bit.
Your getaway bit. Oh, I know. Yeah, for a really long time, YouTube has been, like a little recreation and a break
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
The crazy. And it's it's a real part time for me because I have a job, and
Of course.
so but then there are those who it's an all day thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Sometimes an all night thing, and sad. It's kind of sad, but I wanted to ask Kelly about how she deals with it. Okay, so I'm looking to see if I hope Kelly's okay. I don't see her she's not online. Oh, wait, it said I didn't send my message. Oh, well, I'm a dumpski. I didn't send my message to her. Okay, that's why she's not here, y'all. She didn't get my message.
Why is some of the...
Huh?
I'm getting in the... Sorry, I do apologise. I'm being rude. But I'm looking at the chat, and Kristen... needs a link for me so she can sub, but it's telling me show hide.
Oh, because she mentioned, I think that's Streamlabs. Because
right.
the word link was used. Streamlabs, bless them. Streamlabs will knock out comments that have certain keywords in them, certain trigger words or whatever they call it, the forbidden words. That's how I knew how bad my stalker was, because Streamlabs blocked about 3 really dirty words, and it showed me what it blocked.
Crazy. Don't they realise that they're talking to someone that's had 3 generations of life? In the twilight years, and they're only here for a laugh. That can't get people's mentality around doing that to a person. To me, it's like doing it to my grandma.
I know. I was just about to say, obviously they hate their own grandma.
Yeah.
And, shame on them.
That.
Yeah. Okay, Kristen, Frost Laser Beam. Did Kristen ask about your link?
It's just Maggie Woodward on YouTube, darling.
Yeah, and Maggie, if you type a little something in the chat, just type anything so that you show up.
Right,
hit the 3 dots next to Maggie's name, and you can go to her channel, and then you can go sub to her.
I forget about this bit.
And then maybe, Maggie, you'll come on StreamYards too with your own little corner of the YouTube.
Yes. And maybe we'll be broadcasting from somewhere different in a few weeks.
Aha. There might be travel in the next a few weeks. Yes. And it might be somebody on location.
Yes. Yeah. We can do with that.
Yeah. Oh, I can just see it out on the veranda.
Oh, I've checked it out. It's beautiful. It's been done up in the last 2 years. So.
Oh, okay. We're not keeping this from you guys. Maggie's going on a big old vacation, and she's going to do her co-hosting from an undisclosed location, Mallorca. Yeah. Well, we just
saying where in Mallorca.
No.
I've had a battle with Thomas Fook, and we got our money back, and we rebooked the next day.
Oh, that is so great. That is so great. Oh, Max is here.
Oh, hi, Max. Hi, Gerald.
Charles Williamson.
Beautiful people.
Did I see Gerald Yates too? Did I see Gerald Yates? Yeah, there he is. Hi, Gerald Yates. Oh, how cool. Boy, some old friends are showing up. I love this.
Yes, I do. Beautiful people.
Yeah, yeah. So, oh, but then Maggie, after this trip, and then you said perhaps in the future you might be making another
Oh,
trip.
well, I told you what I've got saved back so far. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Round about the 8th of November, methinks.
that is so cool. Y'all, Maggie is going to come to the U.S. this year, and
Hopefully, yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to have a hoot here. Just as much as little old ladies can
And
do.
I do.
Yeah, but that's pretty exciting. What a year ahead for you with travel and excitement and yay.
It's well deserved, in my opinion.
Oh wait. Okay, Kelly just answered me. I'm gonna say, how about now? How about now? Question mark.
Bless her.
Okay, I'm assuming being back east, she's 3 hours ahead. So she just said 12:30, right? And I said, well, how about now?
Bless her.
Yeah. So any of you want to subscribe to Maggie, click. There are the three dots over there on the right. Click it and then go to her channel and
There's not much content. It's just my playlists, but hopefully there will be soon. I'm learning.
There might be soon. Okay, I'm going over to StreamYard to see if Kelly is here. I know I must have caught her off guard.
Bless.
Yeah. So maybe we'll get to see her cat Phoebe.
She's beautiful, isn't she?
Did you see the fetching video that where?
No, I didn't. No.
Oh my goodness.
The other night, CW was on. I think Kelly was resting, but the Phoebe's grown so quick.
She's such
when you don't see the show as often as everybody else, I've noticed how big she's grown over the weeks.
Oh, I know, and she's become, she's settled in and become a real part of the family. But there is a video, and it's really one of the longest ones I've seen of a cat doing stuff. But Phoebe's playing fetch, just like a puppy, and it was so cute. I must have watched it 10 times.
Yeah. Oh, I'll have to have a look at that.
Yeah. So Kelly's not here yet. Oh God, Kelly, I'm so sorry to do that to you. Okay, she says, okay, give me a sec.
Bless her.
She's so good natured. God.
Yeah, she's a lovely girl. She really is.
So, the StreamYard is such an easy platform to use for doing what we're doing here, and they keep coming out with features that I think you can even use on the free one that I get. I get the free version, but you can pay money to like stream on different outlets. Like if you want to stream on Twitter or Instagram, I don't need all that. I just want to stream here. So
Yeah.
the free one's good enough for me. But now they have the option of having a green screen.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that there had to be a special deal on the platform to do that, but I never thought about it. But yeah, you can do a green screen. So there's this buzz about, where do you get a green screen? How do you set it up? And yeah, so I love StreamYard. It makes it so easy for, people who aren't that sharp with this stuff.
Yeah, you've done amazing, though. You even had a little bit of a tune the other day.
Oh, I know that I was playing Reamsy on my computer and it didn't come through. But I think they guard against that, and that's why you can't do it so well. But you know what? But Maggie, look how long it took. It took months.
It doesn't matter. You've done it. You've done more than me.
Well, you were kind of right along with me when I was complaining about not being able to get it through my head. So that's funny. Okay, I'm waiting for Kelly to come in. moment. Oh, Gerald Yates. Gerald M. Yates, you're in Detroit? Oh, Gerald, I have a friend in Detroit in the fabric district. Well, I think it's called the Detroit Fabric Company. But yeah, I'm wondering, Detroit must be pretty big. I'm wondering what part you're in. Huh. Well, it's not like he can talk to me because he's in.
Yeah.
He's not going to answer.
No one asking me. I'm lucky I know where I am now. Never mind looking at geography.
Yeah, that wasn't one of my strong classes.
It wasn't mine either.
Yeah, I didn't care. I was just glad to know where I was. Okay, Kelly is fashionably late. No, she isn't. It's 3 minutes. It's 9:27 here.
Yeah.
What time? It's what, 4:27 where you are?
Yeah. No, 5:27.
Oh.
Because we've got an hour later this time.
Okay, so you're 5:27. So you're 10 hours ahead, right?
I don't know. I've got the Yahoo app. I've got California, your address on it, my address, and I just have a look what time you are. That's how I know when you get up in the middle of the night, Robbie.
Oh, I know. You see my little green dot come on Facebook and stuff. I know. I get up to pee and I come in and see what's up besides me.
I've done it myself loads of times.
That's too funny. Yeah, and then if I go to the bathroom at work, oh wait, here we go. Here's okay. Okay, I'm going to do this. Ladies and gentlemen, and all others who might be watching, I'm about to introduce our guest. Well, I'm introducing her right now. Hi, Kelly.
Hi.
Hi, Robin. Hi, Maggie. How are both of you?
We're fine. Are you okay?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, you're looking really well, darling.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and I apologize for springing this on you early. I just, wanted to take a half hour luxury, 30 minutes to, talk about me. And then I was done in 7 minutes. So then we were ready for it. So,
no problem at all. I was pretty much ready, so you're fine.
Okay, great. I was talking about Phoebe's going to fetch video, that fetch video.
Oh, yes.
That is the cutest thing.
How big she's got. Because I haven't seen her for a while, and she looked massive the other night.
I know. She's gotten a lot bigger.
Yeah.
But it's weird because her legs are still really long for her body. Yeah, I think that's just how it's going to be.
Yeah. She'll even out. She's beautiful.
She is. She's a very cute, sweet cat, though she has her moments.
Yeah. Don't all people and animals.
Very true.
Yeah, and I trust the season is over, so you have the styrofoam removed from where I know she had an issue with styrofoam for a while around the holidays.
Yes, all the styrofoam has been removed, so the styrofoam is no longer an issue. Right now, the only issue we really run into is two. One, her chewing on wires.
Yeah.
And then the other one, especially like thin wires. So like my phone charger, I had to buy a couple new cords I just ordered and stuff. And then the other issue we have, which isn't really an issue, but we moved her litter box down into the basement because she kicks out a lot. So it was, I had to constantly clean the bathroom.
So how'd she like that?
She's fine with it because she discovered she found a hole in the wall that we can't close because it has to do with the dryer.
Oh, the air vent.
The air vent for the dryer. So it goes, so basically around it, there's space for her to go into the wall. So that's my favorite hangout.
How cute is that?
So she's got like her little apartment, I guess, downstairs now. So
that's cute, a little private clubhouse.
Yeah.
Just like little kids.
She needs her own space.
Yeah. So Kelly, I think it was your last video. I don't know if you've done one since. For any of you who don't know Kelly, she's she's just sort of this scholar of
Thank you.
obscure, ancient, diverse religions, and she reports on them. And your last one, Kelly, you introduced something to me I'd never heard of. I think it's Bon.
Yeah, the Bon religion, yes.
That precedes Buddhism.
Yes.
I didn't think anything was older than Buddhism.
Yeah, it's I mean, really, it's an ancient religion in Tibet that's still practiced today.
Huh.
And it influenced it influenced Tibetan Buddhism. So that's really what differentiates Tibetan Buddhism from, Chinese Buddhism or Zen Buddhism, are those influences it took from the Bon religion. And, consequently, the Bon religion also took on a little bit of Buddhism in its current incarnation. So it's evolved over time. And I kind of talked about that in the episode where, you had really that original version of it, which was very animistic, shamanistic, very magic based. And then over time, it's kind of evolved to the point where they are very different religions, but you can see the influence that both of them have played upon each other when you look at the religion today.
Huh, that was fascinating. And I got to tell you though, my favorite show of yours, my favorite was when you covered Chinese New Year.
Mm-hmm.
I had the best time watching that. I loved everything about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, for me growing up, it's kind of I'm half, Caucasian. My father's from the Midwest. So, I celebrated all like the typical religions, Christmas, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, things like that. But really it was the Lunar New Year that for me was like the one holiday that I was really able to celebrate that really came from my mother.
I think that's lovely.
Yeah. So it's always played a huge role in my life. And it's interesting because living here on the East Coast now, it's very different. The way that the culture is shared and all of those things is very different from the way that it was when I was in California. And California is very much about being in touch with your culture and everybody not being segregated so much, but really people really knowing a lot about where they came from. Here, people have been here longer. Because also remember in California, I was coming from a Vietnamese community. Here on the East Coast, you're talking about there's a lot of people that are of Chinese descent, but they're 3rd, 4th generation. So they've kind of lost out on that connection. So it's very interesting at work to be with people and really be able to, because they did that celebration and I talked about it and I showed a couple of videos of the lion dance.
Yeah.
It was interesting for me because a lot of people didn't really even know kind of the background about the things or the stories or really where it came from. They just knew it was something that you celebrated. And it's also very food based, which is always fun.
That would be a highlight for me in any kind of a celebration.
Yeah, me too.
But I think that's lovely because it's such an outreach. Like you said here in California, the communities, it's sort of like they cling to each other here.
Yeah.
The familiar faces, the familiar language, their own shops, and as an outsider, you can go in and shop, and they're friendly, they're wonderful, they're lovely, but there's really not much outreach to tell their neighbors and to let people know. Of course, maybe it wouldn't be welcome. Who knows? It would for me, but I think that's lovely that where you work, they're doing that. That is so cool.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, they basically specifically created this group that I'm a part of where they're showing different parts of different cultures. So, for example, this month, they're going to be doing some activities for Black History Month. There's going to be a few other different things that we're going to cover.
Boy, there's more good food for you too. I'd even eat a fried banana.
Oh, I love a fried banana.
Yeah, the plantains.
You know, plantains are good, sweet plantains. But I've also had fried banana. So
Like a yellow banana fried.
yeah.
Well, there's bananas Foster too at the
That
ice cream parlors. There's that. That's kind of like a hot banana, I think.
yes.
I think. So anyway, Kelly, keep on keeping on. And you used to do a lot of interviews. I remember looking back when I first met you.
Yes.
It was a sort of an interview show for a while, and I caught a couple of those. So over all of those times, do you have one or two that stand out? The people you interviewed.
The people I've interviewed really, I enjoyed a lot Freddie Silva.
Okay.
Because he just really talks about the things that I'm interested in. Because really I'm very much into like the ancient civilizations type of things, as well as kind of the spiritual kind of things, and tying those two together. And that's really what his focus is. So he's great to talk to. And well, I mean, if you're going to talk about like infamous interviews, I've had a couple of those. And those would probably be C.W. Chanter and Emery Smith were probably the two like most infamous interviews that I've done.
Yeah, you know what? I don't exactly know who Emery Smith is.
That's okay.
I like that answer.
Yeah, I get told that a lot. Especially on CW shows. He'll talk about stuff I don't know anything about, but I'm there to give him a thumbs up and stuff. But I always say, okay, I've never watched this person, and somebody will always say, you don't need to. You're better off.
He's just one of those people that he was involved in the SBA at one point, and then he left the SBA, and it was just this big thing. And really now he talks a lot about free energy. So
what's SBA?
Spirit Being Alliance.
Oh, that other thing I never knew anything about.
That's even better. That's even better than that you never got involved in that.
Does that have to do with the blue chicken people?
The blue chicken people. For me, I'm so done with all of that. With talking about that, with hearing about that, I'm so tired of it.
I bet.
Yeah, there were some deep dives taken into that subject with you guys for a while.
Yes.
Yeah, but okay, moving on. Now, I know you have mentioned, Kelly, and I think probably people have asked you about you perhaps doing a makeup demo.
Yes.
What you do, are you really considering that?
I am, actually. I'll be honest with you. CW bought me for Christmas a halo light, like the ring light.
Oh, perfect.
So that I can do it. So
that's neat. All the makeup girls use the halo lights.
Yes, so I have one. I haven't set it up yet, but I do have one so that I can actually do it.
Oh, that's neat.
Wow.
Boy, it's a hassle to set all that crap up too.
I know. And that's the thing, because where we're currently recording is not actually where we want to be recording, because it's the middle of our living room.
Yeah.
So it's like setting things up and then taking things down, and setting things up and taking them down.
Yeah, you need a special corner somewhere where you can just stay up.
Yeah.
Yes. So we have actually a room that we want to do it in, but we just haven't set it up yet. And he recently just moved a bunch of stuff out of storage.
Oh, God.
Oh, great.
So like whenever you look sometimes in the background of the videos, you see just like this stack of boxes behind us, because that's all the stuff he took out of storage. And here's the thing. I have stuff that's in storage.
Oh, God, Kelly.
I'm with this fight with you, Kelly, all the way. I have generators and dustbins and all sorts in my kitchen.
And don't you have a jet engine in there too? You have something in your kitchen that you told me is that a
generator.
The generator.
The whole street. In case there's a world war.
Yes.
That's been coming for 10 years.
Yes.
Hey, it could happen any minute now, Maggie.
Yeah, it can. Okay.
Yeah. So Kelly's living in the land of box, and it's only going to get worse. Okay.
Yes. It's true. So once we actually put stuff away, then we'll have a permanent space because we have a designated area for it, but we need to put all the stuff away so that we know how much space we actually have.
Yeah. It's difficult. You're both working as well.
Yes, exactly. So that makes it harder because really we can only do it on the weekends.
Yeah, and then there's other stuff to do on the weekend, like catch up with your laundry and
exactly. So there's just not enough time.
there's-
And then people keep talking about on my show is like I have all this other stuff I want to work on, but there's not enough time.
boy, I totally get that.
Yeah.
Dang, if we only didn't have to sleep.
Exactly. Get an extra like 8 hours, 7-8 hours a day.
Oh God, boy, sleep is one of my favorite things, though. You know,
I've got to admit, it is mine when I can get it.
I could never give that up. And you know, I'll tell you what, on weekends, taking a nap is the best luxury ever.
It is.
You just
rule.
in the middle of the day, just get in there and go to sleep. Oh, I really love it. So Kelly, one last thing that I wanted to discuss with you, and I think I'd like to with maybe other people who might come on with us about harassment.
Yes.
On the YouTubes, trolls on the YouTubes. I have them.
Yes.
I know you have them.
Yes.
Probably more because you are out there and bigger and badder and stuff. And I don't know if you know who Veronica May is. You know, she was over with Michael's show. I know she has them because I've even seen them on her Facebook. What's your attitude to that?
I think that when they come into the live chat is very different than when they're coming into the comments. Because when they're coming into the live chat, you can kind of deal with it immediately, and really moderators will kind of handle that for you. So you really don't have to deal with it.
Right.
But when they're in the comments, then one, it's there and you can really see it, and you kind of have to like absorb what they've said. And
it can lay there like a festering pile of poo before you see it.
Exactly.
Sometimes you don't see it for a while, so that means a lot of other people have seen it too.
Exactly. So, I mean, part of me just kind of sees it as, something you have to deal with, that there's always going to be people that don't agree with what you're saying, or maybe don't kind of, I guess, flow with how you handle things or your point of view. So I try to just kind of take it in stride. But at the same time, there are times that things get to me. There are people that don't like my show. They don't like the research that I do. And there's people that are bored by my show. I'll be honest with you. But,
well, YouTube is so huge. There's so many different choices. If you don't like it, move along.
Exactly.
Rather than, pooping in somebody's parlor.
Yeah.
I just don't understand it. I just really don't understand it at all.
Yeah, Maggie and I were talking, there are some really mean-spirited people out there. And I figure, they're just really unhappy.
Yes.
And they have no other outlet to, vent their spleen on, so it's what a perfect setup. Somebody who's vulnerable. You can be anonymous. You can say any damn thing you want with no repercussions and no even exchange. So they're obviously unhappy folks, but geez, it's still kind of a bit of a jolt sometimes when somebody is just outright mean.
Yeah,
and
it's
unnerving as well.
Oh, definitely. And I think that really, though, there's two kinds of trolls. There's the ones that are going to go after you for your content. And then there's the ones that are going to go after you for like something you can control, like your physical attributes. And those are two very different types of trolls that you have to deal with. And I think it's actually easier to deal with the ones that kind of go after your like physical, like for me, if someone complains about how I look, or even the other thing that I get a lot is people will make sexual comments towards me.
Oh, Jesus.
When I'm just like, ugh. But
Yeah.
those are kind of easier to ignore because you kind of know that they don't have anything to go off of other than kind of something
Yeah.
like that. It's when they go after kind of my content that it hits me a little bit more. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then there's my component. I've seen a little ageism.
Yeah, no, I can imagine.
Yeah. And okay, saying okay boomer to me is not a big deal. It's a cute thing that people are saying. It's like calling you, the N word only with humor. That doesn't bother me. But there's, it just rolls off me too. But sometimes it makes me pause, going, "Where did you come from? And what the hell is that?" It's like there's a gentleman. I know he's watching. I think he's given me a thumbs down. I probably have a thumbs down on this. Let me see. Oh, I hid my thumbs, so nobody will tell. Neener. But I have a gentleman who is after me because I refused to admit that he's Jesus.
Oh.
The soccer counts. It's everything. Doxing. The whole.
Okay. Well, yeah. There's all that too, Maggie. But this guy goes by a name that he's always used, or a variation on the name, and Ben. We go back a few years, but he was gone for a couple of years. I think he was away, and now he's back, and talking about the proof that he's Jesus and I'm a harlot and a harridan, and because a few years ago I refused to concede that he was the Lord incarnate. So there's one of my trolls.
Is he the second coming then?
Yeah, but so there you have it. Sometimes you got to view it with a good deal of humor.
You have to, I think, otherwise you go crazy. I mean, I've had this spat on here, as a lot of people probably know, but I let it go and move forward.
Yeah, and it's only YouTube.
Yeah.
I have to keep reminding me of the fact that it's only YouTube. These people don't pay your bills and they're not going to cook you dinner. And it's, you can just shut off your computer and it disappears. So how much of your life can you do that with? Anything unpleasant, anything that gets on your nerves, how often can you just turn the off button? It's great. You can just shut off YouTube. Yeah. So Kelly,
yeah.
Do you want to talk about anything? I've sort of like shot my wad here. I don't know what else to ask. Oh God, I hung out with the boys too long. Sorry.
You're all right.
Anyway, do you want to talk about anything upcoming? Any plans? What?
Well, I mean, plan-wise, there's been a request, I guess, an indirect request by many people for me to do a couple more Portal episodes. At first, I thought they were making fun of me, and then I realized that they just wanted me to do more Portal episodes. Because there was a time where I did a series of about, I think, 5 episodes. So I'm going to try and do some more of those. I'm also going to start exploring more religions. So just doing Eastern religions has been great. I'm going to keep doing Eastern. There's so many of them.
Yeah, there is.
So it's really easy for me to keep going with that.
Yeah.
But there's also been a request for me to kind of start going into some pagan religions as well, which is applicable because, with my whole ancient civilizations piece of it too, really pagan fits into that. So I'm going to go in that direction as well. Also, I'm planning to actually finish my book at some point, my ebook. So I have like these books that I have planned. I originally had this one ebook planned that was going to tie into that whole Bon religion.
Yeah.
But then it ended up being a lot of information that I wasn't going to be able to fit, because the ebook that I was trying to write is going to be like 30 to 50 pages. It wasn't going to be anything too huge. but that there was so much information and so much for me to go off of that there was really no way
you could just put it into the
I
one.
could put it in there. So I had to put it to the side because I was like, okay, this is going to be like a long book, like a regular length book rather than an ebook. So I put that to the side, and then I started some research on a new ebook, and this one's going to actually be, because I've narrowed it down enough. So this is actually going to be, and I don't mind telling you guys, it's going to kind of be me expounding on, I don't know if you guys remember, I did this a little bit ago. I did an episode where I talked about different deities that were tied into the concept.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take that idea and going to expound upon it, do some more research, and really put it into like that packet. That's going to be the free ebook. With the idea that I could take that whole idea and expand upon it even more and make a longer book in the future.
Well, you could do volume 1, volume 2. Even, well, Kelly, how exciting!
Yeah, that's good. That's really, really good.
Cool. And you know what? In your studies, I don't know how long you've been doing it. I want to ask you that too. But do you notice really strong similarities in all of the religions?
I do, and that's something that I've always seen. So that's really what kind of drove me down this path.
Back in the 60s, I had, and I was all up in that stuff, religions and woo-woo stuff. And I had this book, and it was really thick. It was called The Bible and Its Parallels to Other Religions.
Mm-hmm.
So many parallels, and the Bible, that thing stole from everybody.
Yeah.
The virgin births, the peril, the deaths, the genocides, all of that. It's almost the same thing, only a different flavor.
Yes.
I tell you, Robin, I was brought up Roman Catholic.
Well, I went to Catholic school.
I know. What a load of crap.
Yeah, okay, I got the title right. Bible myths.
Yeah.
And their parallels in other religions. So how fascinating, Kelly. It's so cool that you're doing this. How old were you? When did you first start taking an interest in this kind of stuff?
Really, it was probably when I was in middle school. So you're talking like 13, 14 is really when I started like really looking into it. That when, at that time when you're starting to explore and trying to figure out who you are. And that was really the time when I really started to take an interest in this. And I think that what it was in middle school, that was about the time I really became friends with a lot of people that were Mormon. It just happened that way. It wasn't intentional, but I just happened to find a lot of Mormon friends. And they would explain their religion to me, and then in return would ask me to kind of explain Buddhism, because really, while, my family was Buddhist, we weren't like super, super Buddhist, but,
we were Orthodox Buddhist.
I guess there's Orthodox exactly. We weren't the equivalent of Orthodox Buddhist.
Yeah.
I would just kind of explain a lot of kind of the rituals and symbology and things like that. And I found myself a lot of the time using Catholicism actually as a comparison to be like, oh, well, in Catholicism, when you say a prayer, you can light a candle. In Buddhism, when you say a prayer, you can light incense. And I was kind of making those comparisons. And after doing that for a while, I realized that was kind of about the time that I realized that there are a lot of similarities. When I said, Kuan Yin, the goddess of mercy, a lot of people would kind of consider the same way she's venerated to be the same way that Mother Mary is venerated. Yeah. So it was really, I started making those parallels for people and really making them for myself. And that's really when I started to take interest in all of this.
Well, that's interesting. So, okay, I didn't overstate then. You are a scholar of this.
Yeah. And what a journal your books will be. Your legacy. You've got to do them.
Thank you, Maggie. I'm gonna try. Hopefully, it's the time. It's that whole time issue. I just have to.
Well, when everything settles down, because we're all going like this at the minute.
Yeah, it's true. Everything is just like this. We just gotta have like
all over the place. So when it settles down and you get together, take you time.
Thank you.
Yeah. January's already over. We're almost a third of the way into
February.
And things are still a little in upheaval, and changes are happening. Boy, lots of changes and
everywhere,
shiftings and all of that. But you can almost see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes, definitely.
You can feel it. I think most people feel it. They know it's coming. That this is the kind of the end of the turmoil, if you like. It's been flashed in the face. Coronavirus, all that. My brother's in Bangkok in Thailand. Nobody's wearing masks.
Well, I can tell you that I have several relatives that are actually stuck in Vietnam because there's no flights back to the U.S.
And Vietnam is just right on the edge of where the big hub of it.
Yeah, it's true because there was a lot when they isolated that region of China, there was a large migration of people from China to Vietnam to kind of try to escape it. And because of that, there's no flights leaving Vietnam to come back to the United States. So I have, I think, 5 or 6 relatives that that happened to be visiting at the time, and they can't come back right now.
Oh, geez. And of course, then my thoughts go to, okay, with that huge migration of people, I wonder if they're exhausting resources.
It's definitely an issue. People are there's still some fear of some infection going around. So people are staying in their houses.
And I've posted this link in other chats. I think at Natasha Nix's Facebook, I posted this. I know a fellow in China who has been living there for years, and he says that it's all, the usual China government bullshit of absolute ultimate control. Control is so important. And this girl, she's transgender. I love her. Her name's AMW. I'll put a link in the comments. But she says it's the coronavirus is not even as bad as SARS.
Okay. Yeah.
Not as many people are really dying. He thinks that's been inflated. It's not even as bad as your regular flu. And of course, the deaths reported are people who are already vulnerable and already health challenged, the extreme elderly, very young children who might be struggling. It's not just the regular working stiff, really. So I don't know. I take all that with a grain of salt, but you know what? It sure does distract from the things that all the rich guys in suits are doing to us.
True.
If we're all looking for masks and
what are they distracting us from? That's it.
We don't know.
And it's come from the UK. So thanks to this country, that's where the coronavirus come from.
Really?
Yes.
A
lab here. Something to do with Mr. I have them in my garden gates.
Well, I mean, you have to think about what has happened in the past couple weeks that really have been detracted from. Yeah, there's been some response to, for example, here in the United States, the whole impeachment thing. But I think that not as many people paid attention to it because they were distracted by the whole coronavirus thing. You also have to think about the fact that Brexit, that became official. And that also was detracted from too. People were paying attention to these things, but really they were also distracted by this whole coronavirus.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it kept us all very scattered, concerned about this thing. Oh, there's that thing. And then tomorrow morning we'll have to pay attention to something else. And oh my God, all the face masks are sold out of Walgreens,
I wondered if anybody wants them.
Of course you do, Maggie. Your husband's a prepper. When the shit hits the fan, y'all show up at Maggie's house. She could take care of us for months. She probably has MREs stacked up in the basement.
not kidding.
I'm not kidding. They have a Faraday cage.
Yeah, he made it out of a silver dustbin.
Really?
Really?
Is that a hoot?
Barrels and barrels of food and rice. If anybody likes rice, I don't.
Oh God, I hope you're putting up water. You know, you need to cook the
Yes,
rice.
we've got that as
You
well.
got water.
The tires, you name it. He's now got his motorbike. And if you look on his channel, you'll see his motorbike. It's Darren James, and I'm not boasting him. It's the only video I've liked in years that he's put on today, because it's about the superstorm, Kyra, or whatever it's called. And you can see his bike thing flashing in the wind. That's for a quick get off. We've got prep bags.
Man,
If he thinks that I'm sleeping in a tent without memory foam, he's got another thing coming.
okay, so everybody to Maggie's house. Okay, when the zombie apocalypse comes.
Right.
Oh, dear.
It might already be here.
Shoot me now.
I just looked over in the chat. Veronica May is here. Hey, Veronica,
Oh,
good
hi.
to see you. Gosh, there was somebody else who came in. Eileen Ebony. Hi, Eileen
Hi,
Ebony.
Eileen.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, okay. It's an hour. Maggie and I try to hold this to an hour.
No, that's good. It's good. An hour is a good amount of time.
It's a good idea. I can't do 2-3 hour things because I get thrombosis from that.
No, I-
I'm next. Another 30 years. It'll be your turn, Kelly.
See, I'm paving the way for y'all. I'll show you the ropes, you guys. Okay, so after all that, I forgot what I was going to say. But okay, so I'm going to ask you guys for final thoughts. You know, I hope we do this again, Kelly. You know,
Yeah.
what a hoot! Thank you for being a good sport and coming on and talking to us. And
no, I loved it. I had a lot of fun. I'd love to come back if you would like to have me back.
absolutely. I was so, you know, I was jumping around going, Kelly's coming on when you agreed to do this. Thank you. And maybe Veronica, dear Veronica, you know, I want to talk to you about, you know, how you handle harassment
Yeah.
stuff too, because I know you've been subjected to it. You know, the bigger the target,
Mhm.
Yeah.
you know, so the more people you have that know about you, the bigger the target you are. So, Kelly, do you have any final thoughts?
Well, I mean, we covered a couple of different topics, but really, I mean, I think that this is a wonderful show. I think that you guys are great, and I think you're doing a good job. I think that there needs to be more women shows, especially women with your experiences. So I'm glad that you guys are doing this.
Oh,
Boy, Kelly, that's why we love you so much.
yeah. I've got goosebumps.
Oh, you know what? When Maggie gets goosebumps, and you got to ask Maggie about her.
Yeah, it goes all over me.
Oh man.
Yeah. When Maggie gets goosebumps, somebody just said something important. Yay, you, Kelly.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm honored that I was able to do that.
Yeah, I know. Goosebumping Maggie, that can be a thing. Who can goosebump? That's great. Maggie, got anything to say before I close this off?
I thank you, Robin, for inviting me every week. I love our conversations. Kelly, it's been a pleasure to actually be able to talk to you.
Yes.
I haven't had the chance before, and it's lovely. And I'm really looking forward to your ebooks.
Thank you very much, Maggie.
You're very welcome, honestly.
Okay, so I'm going to put a couple of links in the description after we're all finished. Women, thank you very much. You know, what a pleasure. You know, and what a hoot this is. I hope, Kelly, I hope to see you again on here.
Yeah.
Come visit us. You know, even, yeah, please do.
I will.
Okay, and greetings to CW. Pass along my
Yeah.
howdy. to CW and give
The C-dubs.
the C-dubs and to the Phoebes. Okay, everybody in the chat, thank you so much.
Thank you, chat.
Yeah, and we'll see you all again. Okay, I'm going to hit the red button ending the broadcast. I love you both.
Bye.
Thank you again.
Bye.